All right, hello everybody. Welcome to Link to the Past Randomizer League, Week 6. It's Mystery Week. We have a great matchup today between Osora and Moogle Charm. I am Skelly, joined in the commentary booth by Captain 1977. Hello, Captain.
Hey, Skelly, how you doing today?
Pretty good.
Great. Good. Mystery Week, so we don't know what we're getting into. All we know is we're getting a certain flute and a sword and pseudo boots. That's all we know.
Yep. Yeah, so for those who aren't familiar, this is a new-ish kind of mystery called MMMM, which stands for something, I don't remember. It's not like your typical mystery where everything is just like random. The mode is still kind of random, but it's sort of balanced out. Okay, we already see Pottery Lottery, so that's great.
Yep.
And a glove and links house. Okay, off to a quick start here.
And it's inverted. Fun. The flute activated. It is not activated. Okay.
Yeah, this is quite the combination of settings already. Yeah, let me take a look at the weights here.
Oh.
Okay, so with these mystery seeds, it generates a list of sort of abstract quantities to sort of represent the total like wackiness of the seed. That's the best way I can describe it. So today we have a length of 5, which indicates pretty long. Execution is 2, which means slightly harder than normal to execute. Familiarity 7. I think we're seeing that with the Pottery Lottery here in inverted. So these values seem to indicate it's going to be a kind of, I guess, like knowledge-driven selection of modes here. I mean, inverted and Pottery Lottery is already very, very strange. So we'll see how familiar these guys are with these modes. And then variance, we have -4. So it's probably going to be like a, well, it could even be like AD or something, and we just have to do all the dungeons.
Yeah. Kind of hard to say right now, but yeah. Having pots though, that's, you know, yeah. Doesn't look like there's an entrance shuffle on though. Just normal entrances, but yeah. So.
Yeah, so that's pretty uncommon to race pottery with not any entrance shuffle, because now the runners are going to have to know like which caves actually have pots in them.
You see Moogle headed down to the shop here. Make sure shop sanity is not going to be a thing here. Assuming, and looks like shop sanity is going to be a thing here.
Shop sanity's on, okay. Yeah, there's quite a few shops in the Dark World we can already get to. That one Moogle went to is like kind of hard to remember for a lot of people. There's also the North Lumberjack, like Dark Lumberjack shop that we could go to. And one by Lake Hylia. Those are all available already. And we could have had more if the flute was already activated, but it is not activated. So the flute is actually not going to be relevant until we have access to the light world where we can turn it on. And I haven't caught yet. Do we have Key Sanity on?
I believe so. I think Osora picked up a small key and Skullwoods that was not Skullwoods, so I believe it is.
Okay, so the Key Sanity could also be like a mixed combination of dungeon items being shuffled, so sounds like we definitely have small key shuffle, but we could also have like map and compass shuffle, big key shuffle, things like that.
Like we could get some more info when Moogle was trying to see if they can activate that flute there at these down. Sometimes you can do that in these modes, but not this time. But
Yeah, you can do it in Archipelago, actually.
Yeah.
That's one of the weird differences. We've got the Moon Pearl here in Skullwoods, and we did also see a text box on the map. So we do have map shuffle. I'm pretty sure maps and compasses are like always paired. So I think that also means we have compass shuffle. So we have a Moon Pearl and a glove, so we're already pretty close to Light World access here. Moogle Charm is running around in Thieves Town. This is one of the harder dungeons to remember where all the pots are. One little trick I think is helpful is all 4 of these big rooms at the start have 4 pots in them. So if you don't remember where they are exactly, at least remember that you need to find 4 of them in each room. And then there's also this kind of sneaky bombable ball up here that gives you access to 2 more pots that you normally would not even remember exist.
Thankfully, the pots change from what you picked up and what you haven't, so you know which ones are picked up and which ones aren't.
Yep.
That can be kind of confusing.
Yeah, that was really nice when they implemented that. So all the purple pots mean they are still unchecked. And once they get reloaded, they'll look like normal pots, or in this case, they'll look like skulls instead.
Yeah.
So yes, this is a mystery seed. We didn't know any of the settings before they started racing, basically. There's a couple things that are listed on the seed download page, but nothing that really matters for this one. So for the most part, we're just figuring this out as we go. So far, it's inverted pottery lottery. Seems to be Folky Sanity.
Like
yeah, Moogle never found the Thieves Town big key, so I guess big keys are also shuffled here.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it would have had to have shown up by now. Okay, so now I think Moogle's giving us our first look at the Dark Lumberjack shop. I don't think Osora knows it's Shop Sanity yet.
Probably not. But let's see if anything's here. No.
It's always funny when the shops sell rupees for less money than they're worth. Like, yeah, he could have gone over and made a 1 rupee profit, but are you really going to spend like the 3 seconds it takes to go over there just to get 1 rupee worth of value? No thanks.
No, thank you.
So both runners are kind of just going where the other person was. Dungeons and Pottery Lottery are so much like more valuable than they are in your typical rando. So I mean, it makes sense that they're both just rushing the dungeons, because between Thieves Town and Skullwoods, that's like 90% of the checks that are available, at least right now.
Yeah.
I think we still have to see the middle of Skullwoods. I don't remember seeing Osora do that, but I might have missed it. There's not a lot in there, but could be our hammer or our mitts, maybe.
We can't even get into the room above the exit in the back because we don't even have a small key, so there's not a lot we can do without a small key here.
Yeah. Yeah, we saw Osora drop in the front earlier, but that like kind of forced him to save quit since he didn't have a small key, like you said.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's that locked door you were mentioning. So that's a door you basically never go in normal rando, but there are actually a lot of pots in that room. So for pottery lottery, it's kind of important. But yeah, there's no other way to get in there. And also, it logically requires all 5 small keys anyway. So there's probably not like something really important that we need soon in there. There are a couple pots in the middle room that you would either have to drop down into or bomb jump across the pit that Moogle did not get. I'm not sure if he forgot or if he just decided he doesn't want to do that. It's hard to say.
That's the moon pearl.
Okay, Osora's looking at this shop over here. This is also new stuff, and I think it's the first time he's been in a shop, maybe? Oh, there's the mitts. Okay, so that's our light world access. Suddenly we can do everything, kind of. Like, hundreds of checks just opened up, so how do you even decide where you want to go next?
The answer is yes. Who knows? Because now you have like like you said, there's so much stuff you can do now. So yeah.
Yeah.
Just pick a direction and go.
Yeah. It'd be nice to figure out the goal. So maybe they want to like work their way towards Hyrule Castle, but Hyrule Castle is already like not very close to the Mitts portals. I guess we do have that flute, so like that's a good excuse to just turn it on right now.
Yeah.
And then we actually have like East Dark World access too, because we can flute to 5, get to the pod area. Or even flute to 2 and do like the Dark Potion shop, that could have stuff. But like there's hundreds and hundreds of checks are now in Logic. It's so wide open.
We'll go remembers that shop. Looks like he does.
Yep, it's pretty much the only thing left in Logic I can think of, besides those other pots in Skullwoods I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a nice chicken. The chest and blind side out, that's fun. I think there's one of those in the game, because normally in CAC and Chicken House, actually, if you lift up the pot, you find a chicken. So that is now a randomized item.
Yep. Actually, there's 2, because the one back in Tavern has one too. So.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, Moogle's gonna grab the Smith first before he goes in the Light World.
Good idea. Yep, you're about to go to the light world anyway. You might as well knock it out while you can.
Yep. Yep, it's gonna be passing through the area anyway, so I might as well. And yeah, Osora, remembering that there are pots in some of these houses that you don't normally go into, that's very good. It's really easy to skip these houses. I think every house in CAC has pots in it, if I'm not mistaken. Or at least one pot in it. Yeah, we did see a green 20. Green 20 is probably the flute. It's the only item we started with besides a sword. The sword obviously wouldn't be a green 20 here. I think that might be what it has to be.
Okay, this bomb will have with like 8 pots in it, so we'll see. Anything in here? No.
And then we have this shop too, so really every entrance in here worth checking.
I guess the only one you don't need to check is the bush-covered house. That's just the
Oh, you're right.
bed house, but yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That one doesn't have anything. Let's see. Did either of them do the old lady's house? I see Moogle seems to have just skipped it. I didn't see if Osora did it, because there are 3 pots in there.
The kid has a couple. There's one at the front of the tavern.
Yeah, I think Osora skipped that one.
Monkey at the library.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point in chat. Moogle actually can't go into
Well, he just went
Old Lady's
into that
house. Well, but so the difference is Old Lady's house has 2 entrances. The Smith does not like multi-entrance houses or caves.
That's true.
So yeah, if that's why he didn't do it, that's super big brain. I would have never thought about that.
Yeah.
It's also possible he just forgot because it's a very easily forgettable entrance. Yeah, so basically, until this Smith is rescued, which is going to happen shortly, he cannot go into any entrances that have multiple exits because of, well, I actually don't have a very good explanation for why, but that's just how the game is programmed. Technically, these houses that only have 1 entrance are on a different underworld map than the ones that have multiple. And the Smith is only okay with one of those 2 maps.
Sure. We'll go with that. Alright, Osora's heading up to the castle now. Presumably, probably do some checks. Probably, most importantly, probably check that goal.
And the Smith actually is okay with the tavern because reasons. The tavern is technically on the EG2 map like the other single entrance locations are, because you can't actually like go through the tavern to get out the other exit. So in that regard, it's kind of the same as a single entrance cave.
The Ganon hole is open. We got some kind of fast Ganon.
Yep.
Oh,
7 crystals to get in to GT. This is where GT is. 7 crystals to be Ganon. Okay.
7 crystal fast Ganon. Okay.
This could be a long one. Could be a really long one, actually.
Ooh, nice bow on the spit, though. That's pretty nice to find.
Yeah, that's something that Osora might not come back to for a really long time.
Nice to see some kind of progression item. You see Moogle cleaning up those checks there at the old lady house. I guess he knew that you can't take the Smith in with you, so.
Yeah. That's some really good game knowledge. Yeah, who knows when Osora is going to do Smith? Maybe he can find the mirror first. But even like if you had the mirror, you probably have like a laundry list of other things that are way more dense than doing Smith Chain. So doing it into CAC like on the first trip was probably like the best opportunity that you ever would have had. And I think it's fine to just skip the Smith too, because it's pretty slow for one check.
Here's the shop. Okay, the shops have not been very good, except for the ones that had the mints. That's about it.
Yeah.
But
Moogle's not bothering with Catfish. You can always just flute back to 2 and do Catfish later. There's like 1,000 item locations at least in this game, so like the odds that something important is on Catfish are quite low. There's really no reason to go there right now. Maybe you can do it with Zora later with the mirror too.
Moogle's looking for the goal. That's in the light world.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But he's like, all right, well, let's go up the mountain then.
Yeah, well, at least he checked Pyramid Ledge at the same time, so it's not like it was a complete waste.
Yeah, true. Let's sort of head into some of these item caves with a lot of pots in, like 50 rupee cave here. I just bugged that. That's great. Yeah, cave.
Okay, I think right there, Moogle was looking for the GT, GT sign.
Ooh.
Oh, Samaria, by the way.
Samaria?
On the sort of side. But, I mean, now that he's gone in here and he sees this as Castle Tower, he probably remembers how this works. And that Hyrule Castle is the place that has the goal info and the GT crystal info.
Look at the Maya area. Maya really quick.
Here's our first shield. We're going to see a lot of blue shields because it's with Shop Sanity that adds like another 4 or 5 into the pool or something like that.
Yeah. Alright, that book though, we got that book early in Skullwood, so Sora's gonna go check out Desert Palace here.
That makes sense. Dungeons are good, lots of pots.
Yep.
Okay, Moogle's coming back for these pots earlier that he skipped. This might be him remembering. I'm a little bit surprised he came back here, to be honest, because there's plenty of other things to do.
Yeah. See if hints are on. Hints are not on. Okay. One of the settings you could have where the hits are on, but yeah, lots of pots here in Desert, so see if we find anything else that's useful.
I still have the Desert Compass. I haven't seen, or I wasn't paying attention if Osora did a map check yet, but we could have Boss Shuffle.
Find Quake in Desert Palace. We can open up Myra. Can't go in yet, but we can open it. Yay.
True, true. There's Purple Chest. I guess Moogle, was he over here before and he fluted away?
Yeah.
Interesting. I guess he changed his mind about wanting to go into an EG1 entrance first or something. Okay, there's the map check from Osora, and that was Landmo in Desert.
That's a Fire Rod.
Yeah, and Fire Rod. So it could be Boss Shuffle, but if it's boss shuffle, that means just by complete coincidence the boss of Desert is vanilla, so it's probably not boss shuffle. Especially because we already have a lot of settings on in this seed. I kind of think we've already seen like everything that the mode has to offer at this point.
Wow.
The disdain for the bug net.
Yeah, just disrespect.
I'm here for it. A little magic decanter on Bombo's tablet. I don't know if I've seen that hint text before. It's pretty funny.
That's a big key. That's my first one. The Skull Woods. Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Put it more available.
We're gonna need a lot of big keys, and that is not one of them. You know, since we have to get 7 crystals to beat Ganon, this is probably gonna be more or less a completionist run, because we're gonna need so many keys.
Probably not gonna have to worry about GT unless we need some storage. Since that is also 7 crystals. So
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, unless all the swords are in GT or locked by GT, we're gonna be able to skip that. Okay, so looks like Ice Rod Cave for Osora. Ice Rod Cave is so annoying in inverted.
Yeah.
This is probably going to be the best time to do it, if you're ever going to do it. Unfortunately, we don't have real boots, we have pseudo boots, so we can't do a water walk from here. And also, good memory, there's 4 pots in this cave. So quite a bit more dense than the usual 1 check that you get from Ice Rod Cave. This time there's 5. Moogle's also checking the map to see any potential boss shuffle here. And looks like Osora is fake flippering. Let's see how he wants to use this, because there's a few options here. Looks like he's going to start with Hobo. He has the cane and some bombs, so you can do quite a bit of splash deletion. We can do the island if it's something we want. We can go into Upgrade Fairy, which is a 2-item shop. And we could go to Waterfall Fairy and Zora and stuff. Waterfall Ledge I don't think we can do with this equipment. But the rest should be okay if he's familiar with cane splash delete methods.
Would say you go to Ice Palace, but you don't have any small keys for it. So I don't think that's a very good play right now.
Oh, yeah, that's true. It's 1 item, I guess.
Yeah. That's the piece of heart on the island. We're probably gonna check out Waterfall and the Zora. Maybe come back down. Oh.
Okay, I wasn't sure if that whirlpool was just an accident, or if he was like, wait, I want to do Upgrade Fairy first, but it looks like it was just an accident. I'm just gonna check Ped here. I think normally in Pottery Lottery this is pretty sacrilegious, but knowing that it's 7 Crystal Ganon, you want to be super thorough, so I think it makes sense. And it's like kind of on the way to doing Mushroom and the Thief's Hideout anyway.
There's a Bicky on our ledge. A $500 bomb.
Okay, Sora's going backwards, so maybe now he does upgrade Fairy with the Water Walk. Or maybe he just goes back to like, uh-oh.
Never mind.
Oh, he's not stuck, but he lost his Water Walk.
Yeah.
So, yeah, probably not really worth continuing from here. Nothing on Lumberjack, that's a relief. So we don't have to kill Aga 1, but we probably do have to go to Castle Tower just for stuff in the pots at some point. There's a decent amount of pots deep in.
A lot of pots with Castle Tower.
Yeah.
I mean, most of them are blocked by like 3 or 4 small keys, but yeah, there's a lot of pots with Castle Tower. Yeah, Bumper Ledge has a couple in here, so we're gonna check this too.
Oh yeah, I guess this has actually been in Logic since the start. Forgot about this one.
Not much in there anyway, so.
Oh wait, but this is in the Light World though, because it's inverted, so never mind.
Right.
Now that we have inverted 1.0 and 2.0, I'm getting all sorts of confused with this stuff. It's really hard to keep track.
Well, we're gonna go check the back of Escape.
Yeah, we got Graveyard Ledge too. Graveyard Ledge actually has a lot of items.
Yeah.
There's 8 pots in here.
And none of them are any good. Okay.
So back of Escape, we have 1 key and the Fire Rod, so he could use it to go backwards, like into the Key Rat room, and backtrack towards Dark Cross. Well, he wouldn't be able to get to Dark Cross, but he could do the handful of like sewery rooms, and there are a lot of pots in there. We'll see if he wants to spend his key like that or not. You could also just save it and maybe do the front of Escape later with it instead.
Yeah. It's got a desert spawn in the back there, but we're gonna continue forward out to Sank as there's a few pots to check out there. While Source rescuing the old man.
Yeah, rescuing old man really sucks in inverted. 1.0 at least. I think I would have preferred to just not do it until I had the mirror, because that can save a decent amount of time. But I don't know. Again, you want to be thorough, knowing what the goal is.
Ooh, big key to TR though. That's something.
Yeah, we probably need that.
Looks like Mughal's gonna head up to the potion shop up here. See what they got for sale.
This is another randomized shop.
Mm.
Is it hard worth it? Seemed like he was thinking about it and decided yes. I think so. You can still afford Sora. It looks like he wants to go to the dam area instead from here. Which makes sense. I think this is going to be... What is this actually? K45? Yeah, I guess we didn't do this yet. K45, quite a few pots in here. All of them sucked though, but we do have an Eastern small key. We need one of them to beat Eastern. So that's a nice find. He has the bow, but he doesn't have the Eastern big, so he could maybe try to put off Eastern until he has that big key, but man, there's so many pots in there, it's hard to put any dungeons off in this mode.
Yeah, true.
So I'm just going to Hookshot Cave, so there are actually accessible pots in here. There's 3. Can't do anything else though, since he only has pseudo boots. Can't even do the bonkable chest. Can't hover. Yep, we're in for a long one by the looks of it.
Yeah.
7-7 fast cannon.
Ether for TR. We're gonna check the shop down here at the bottom of Dark Death Mountain. The right one. No, the other right.
Okay, good. He remembered.
Okay. No. Oh,
Or
no.
Oh,
I
okay.
think he remembers there's a shop being here, but then he's like, maybe there isn't. Oh no. Hopefully it's not anything important over there, but we got Paradox coming up here. No, there's a shop in there.
Yep. It's easy to forget this one. Let's see if he does it. There's a lot of really easy to forget pots in this area. Okay, he did remember the shop and the pot by the entrance, so that's good. There's a map. Map's actually pretty useful. You have to figure out what the 7 crystals are.
Let's go with small. We got you go with small keys now. We're getting close to getting to those pots that we couldn't get to before.
What just happened to Moogle? What? It looked like he jumped, but he didn't move anywhere, and he splashed. I have no idea what just happened.
I know.
That was weird. But anyway, it looks like he's just going to Eastern. He doesn't want to do the out of logic flipper stuff yet. Or no, he's going to Castle first. I don't think he's done this yet.
Oh, we got real boots up on Light Death Mountain.
So that gives us Meyer on the source side.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a lot of stuff. 2 keys is like a decent amount to work with.
Just hope that one shop on Dark Death Mountain doesn't have anything.
Yeah. Sora's going back up the mountain. Let's see. What's this going to be? Castle Tower, maybe? Well, he doesn't have any keys for it, so it's hardly anything.
Yeah, it'd be literally for one chest.
Yeah. Or maybe he just remembered the Super Bunny shop. And he wants to go back for it? Oh,
he can
okay.
Okay, I'm gonna bonk.
Yeah, we have bonkable stuff. So I guess these 3 pots are in logic here, and then he can hover for more if he is so inclined.
Looks like they do want to hover. You ever see a hovering Umbreon? Now you have.
The pot sanity makes hovering like a lot more demanding in here because now he can't bonk off that pot. You have to hover to that middle chest. Okay, so Moogle is... Oh, he's preparing a Death Warp like this. I haven't seen anyone do this before, but... It's... I suppose it's probably faster than dying in the green guard later. Yeah, so he used... Oh wait, but there isn't going to be a green guard because he's going to be stuck after Boomerang Chest. So I guess he'll die on these guys. Alright, Sora successfully hovered everything in Hookshot Cave. I didn't catch if anything important was there. Seemed like no. And he almost fluted away before remembering the shop.
Okay, that's not there anyway. He's fine.
Okay, Moogle's actually running out here. So maybe he was like planning on death warping and then changed his mind, decided... I guess he still has pots on one half of the main floor here. Maybe he just decided the death warp wasn't worth it. Because it would be kind of awkward to come back for this stuff. I'm not really sure what's better myself. There's the other chicken.
I think he's gonna go ahead and try to do Dark Cross here with that Fire Rod. That makes sense. Like, I'm not sure if the Fire Rod puts this stuff in logic.
I think it does not because it's door rando branch. So I think any dark room is just hard lamp locked in this.
Okay.
Yeah, this should be like, what, I think 6 checks total that he can do in the sewers from here. Snake helping Moogle charm out. Well, kind of. He's actually being kind of uncooperative in killing Moogle on purpose. Let's see, is Moogle Charm going east, perhaps? I think so. There's a map check. We have a red crystal Hera. We are going to have to beat that one.
Green pod today. Okay.
We still have no keys for pod. It's kind of interesting. We have access to pod, but with no keys and no hammer, we can't get very far. It's really not that many checks. Like ideally, we want at least 1 key before we go there. 2 would be a lot better. Eastern has a boatload of pots to check, though. Google does have that bow. It doesn't really matter unless he happens to find the Eastern big key in here, which would be great for him, because then he can beat the dungeon. But the bow locked stuff is all big key locked anyway, so the bow is otherwise not very relevant right now. And King's Tomb from Osora, since he has the real boots. This is our first look at this as well. Nothing.
There's
Oh,
the
and there's
hook
the hook
shot.
shot.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay. It's pretty good incentive for Moogle to go back up the mountain now, since he can do everything in Hookshot Cave, and then he'll probably also go in the light world from there and then find his real boots. Moogle might have forgot the invisible pots in here. I wasn't looking,
right.
but he's going back for something. So there's actually 3 pots underneath this chest. Looks like none of them are anything. So there's, in the entire game, there's basically 5 invisible pots, and 3 of them are right there. The other 2 are in Skullwoods, on the way to the boss.
Yep.
That can be a real gotcha if you're not familiar with pot sanity.
Yeah, there's a pot small.
Yep, finally. Finally we get our first one. And our first bottle. So that's a decent excuse to go to pod soon. I feel like if I was Moogle, I would still rather go to the mountain next, though.
Let's see how Moogle does in the dark room here with all the pots. I feel like it's one of the easier ones to do. You know where they're at. They're all on the side of the room, so.
Yeah, I forget how many there actually are. I guess the hookshot's kind of nice because you can just kind of shoot it around and see if it pulls you somewhere, and that way you know that there's still a pot left. Ice small key. Ice small keys are pretty good. Especially once you get to 2. 2 is like the number of keys you need for ice to suddenly become very lucrative. So that's number 1 for Moogle Charm. Osora got one somewhere else, didn't he? No, he didn't. I'm making that up. So ice is still not really on the menu yet.
No.
Okay, Moogle's thinking about how he wants to do this. Because he could go in the portal by Hera and hookshot across to like East Light World, or he can do this stuff and then drop down and use the other portal. I think this makes more sense because this way he gets to do the Dark World checks too. It was good for Osora that he could hover this earlier, but even if you're really good at hovering, it's still going to be a lot slower than what Moogle's doing right now. He just hooks out for Osora. I think we're pretty much at parity here. The big differences are the boots that Osora has, which Moogle Charm is going to find soon, so that doesn't really matter. But then Moogle Charm has the bow on Smith, which still isn't relevant yet, but it could be a big deal down the road. I didn't see from Osora's side if he looked at the TR entrance. I guess he has it marked as Ether on his thing, so I guess he did look at it.
Yeah.
TR in inverted is kind of interesting because there's several different ways you could enter it, but none of them work yet. We would need either the Ether Medallion or the Mirror.
Ooh, that's an expensive potion. Ooh.
Yeah. Marked up, double price actually from normal.
Double price.
He's got the money though, and he's already seen like pretty much every other shop in the game, so he can afford it. It might be good for like Ice Palace or something later.
Oh, there is that one. Yeah, this one pod that I was sort of. Alright, it's nothing. It's fine. Never mind. But yeah, I forgot about that one pod that are in Super Money.
I'm not sure what Moogle Charm's doing right now.
I don't know. Trying to soft lock himself, it looks like. Yeah.
He can still push that block though, couldn't he? The one on the left, he could push it up. I'm not really sure what the plan was there. I think maybe he thought that he forgot pot, but I don't think he did.
No, it's
like
just the one.
Like maybe he thought there were pots on the left path or something, and he wanted to go back for them. But yeah, that's all I can think of. That's a bit unfortunate though, because he still has to check the 2 chests in Super Bunny and the pot that's next to those, right? Yeah. So now he has to go all the way back for that.
Or just go to Castle Tower.
Yeah. In general, I think, like, if you realized you skipped something in this mode, I don't think you go back for it right away. I think it's better just to be like, oh, well, I made a mistake. Let's try to find some other stuff so that my return trip will give me more things to do anyway.
Also, he did get that one small key in the Eastern Palace, so we're gonna get a few more checks out of here in the Dark Maze. Probably one of the worst rooms in Pottery Lottery. Well, if you can light the torch.
Yeah, he's having trouble with the torch. And he's gonna need to light the torch a couple times to get all these pots. I mean, maybe he can finagle his way around in the dark a little bit. But he might have to drink that blue potion he bought if he wants to clear out this room. Because it's gonna be really hard to get everything once the lights go out. And there's the big chest in Skullwoods for Osora, which didn't have anything in it. So I forget where he found that key. But it's nothing. Just a new fetch quest.
Another CT swallow, CT. Okay.
Yeah, so Moogle is going to drink that potion to refill his magic. I think it makes more sense to do that, especially now that he found that second key, because there's more dark rooms coming up. And you definitely don't want to do those in the dark.
Yeah.
Like, maybe he could have finished this room in the dark here, but not the stuff that's to come after this.
Sora's at the back of Skullwood's now going to be able to do these checks.
Yeah, he can actually beat Mothula right now. It's not going to be a very fun fight, though. He's got a good amount of health. But his only real weapon is the Fire Rod and Fighter Sword, but Fighter Sword sucks. Alright, so that's it for Castle Tower. The Moogle Charm side. Just taking a Death Warp here. Kind of a long Death Warp. Might have just been faster to save quit to Mountain at this point, but it's hard to say. And the small key to Tower of Hera in the back of Skull.
You know, normally I would not be excited to see that, but there's a lot of pots in the basement there. So
yeah.
It might be kind of hard, but hammerlock, so we can't quite get there just yet. So
yeah. Yeah, Hera Basement is quite a bit better than normal. It's what, like maybe like 10 checks total, or 9 maybe? Something like that. A lot more than 1.
Yeah.
Well, Moogle Charm's gonna check this cave. I don't even know what we call this cave. It really only matters in Pottery Lottery. But there's the one pot there that you need the hookshot to get to. But nothing there yet. Or nothing there today, rather. Yeah, fake hookshot cave, that's a good name. Baby hookshot cave, I think, is another one I've heard.
I've heard like Hookshot Fairy Cave.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Did anyone do Fairy Ascension Cave, by the way? I don't think
No.
Sora did. There's some pots in there. They're really annoying to get, but there are pots there.
Sora's going to Meyer though, so.
Yeah, this makes sense. We've had this as an option for a while now. I wouldn't be surprised to see Moogle Charm go there pretty soon, too.
Oh yeah, the pots in the back of Meyer Hint area.
Yeah, this one's really easy to forget.
Ice Palace Small. That's the lamp.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that lamp would be really easy to miss. But I guess in this situation, lamp is kind of just a nice-to-have thing. It's not even really required since we have that fire rod. And then there was that ice small. You can usually get by skipping a couple ice smalls to beat the seed. So if you did skip that cave, you'd probably be okay. And Moogle Charm is doing Fairy Ascension Cave. This is why this is so annoying. You have to like do a full lap through the whole thing just to get 4 pots. Yeah, 1 crystal for Osora, 0 for Moogle Charm. They need 7 to beat the game. This is easily going to be like a 2-hour seed and maybe more.
Yeah. He admired to pod. Great.
We know that one's a pendant, so that's not super important.
Oh, he's switching the last key here on the left side buyer. Okay.
Yeah, I think in pottery that's probably not what you want to do because there's only 1 pot over here, right? Okay, there's 2 pots over here and 2 chests. Like that's not very much.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have the big key, so he's now like unable to go to like Fishbone Room, which has a lot of stuff in it. So probably would have been better to spend one of those keys going that way instead.
We'll go make it to the top of Death Mountain. Go see the boots up there.
So I remember these 2 pots. Those ones are also pretty easy to forget. Especially if you're not going to Fishbone Room from that direction anyway.
It's like 1 pot in here. There it was.
Yep. Yeah, I think he just saw it as he was walking up the stairs. He's like, oh wait, I need that one. You can only get that one after you hit the switch, so it's kind of tricky. I think Osora maybe, considering how he's going to finish this route, I think he's going to do Bridge Chest last. If he wants, he can get some more stuff by hovering from Bridge Chest. There's the one pot in that room that normally has a full magic drop that he can get, and then he could also go in the basement and do some stuff. He can't actually get to the boss, though, because he doesn't have the big key. So I don't know if you really want to commit to all that. We'll see what he does.
Yeah.
Okay, just save quit.
Yeah,
I think that's totally reasonable. It's probably the best thing to do, to be honest. No need to waste time hovering when you're going to probably come back there anyway with the big key to do it the logical way. The fake Saha Cave from Osora. These guys both seem like they're pretty well familiar with Pottery Lottery. It seems like they are both remembering a lot of the tricky stuff that have been tripping up people this week. Because it's not a super common mode to play. There's so many ways you can screw it up. Okay, so this is our first look at Pod. Osora has a small key and a big key. We know it's green pendant. So with the one small key on the front door, you can get to a lot of rooms with pots. We won't be able to get to the back, unfortunately. But the back is really not that item dense in Pottery Lottery, because most of the pots are in the front of the dungeon. So even though there's a lot of chests back there, lack of pots means it's not that valuable. Oh, there's a bow and pod anyway.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Okay,
Wow.
so that seemed like a potential really big edge for Moogle, and now it doesn't matter at all.
Wow.
I mean, he's had the bow for like 50 minutes or something now, but he hasn't even had an opportunity to use it for anything yet. Anyway, so it really didn't matter at all. Flippers and Skull Woods. That's locked by all the... Oh my gosh. It's locked by all the skulls. Yeah, and Ether, that lets us get into Turtle Rock. Interesting. Okay, so Osora, he got the bridge chest, and he's backtracking here. I don't think this is quite right. Because he's going to end up on the right side, like after the mimics. And then he's either going to have to death warp or just save quit, and he's going to miss out on the pots that are in the arena. And the pots that are on the statue drag room.
Did get the big key to Eastern though, so can beat that now.
Yeah, apparently he knows that's a pendant too. I didn't catch that. So I guess we have full info now, or at least Osora does. Pendant, Eastern, and Pod, and Thieves Town. So maybe if it's a pendant, you don't go back to Eastern yet? I'm not really sure. There's a good amount of stuff on the way to Armos.
It's got East Town marked as third pendant too, so
Yeah. Okay, so I sort of did Death Warp, so now I guess he's gonna go back to the arena and then go right. And then probably just save quit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Nothing in those
You got
pots.
the
We
few
have,
pots up here.
yeah, 5 in this room, 2 in the next room, and then it doesn't need to go any further than that, because even though he has the bow,
Eastern
it doesn't have the hammer.
He can full clear Eastern. Okay.
Oh. Okay, well that's a decent reason to go do Pen and Eastern then, if you're leaving nothing behind. Yeah, I think Osora just remembered he can't actually get to any more pots from here anyway, so there's the save quit. Yeah, let's see, does he just go back to Eastern right now? Probably, right?
I would think so. I mean, it's a long walk, but yeah, I think you got to do it.
Yeah, that's true. You could wait until it's like faster to get there. Okay, he's gonna get the Smith, so
Oh, you can't get silvers then.
yeah. This Mothula is not cooperating for Moogle Charm at all. It's really annoying when this happens. He's taking no damage. Oh, why'd I say that? I mean, despite going for the spin strats, it's really easy to get hit when you're going for spins because you move so much slower. It's hard to dodge the spikes.
There we go.
Okay, there we go. Finally, he's dead. So we're tied up at crystals, 1-1. Oh, it's hard item pool. I didn't even think about this.
Oh!
Yeah,
Okay.
so silvers don't actually exist. Unfortunately for Osora. Well, unfortunately for both of them, because Moogle Charm is definitely going to find his fake silvers later, too. It also means we're not going to get a gold sword ever.
Yep.
Which is fine.
So that green 20 we saw earlier could have been like a bail upgrade too.
Yeah, male upgrade,
No.
or I think half magic is gone. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong. I always get confused between the different.
I think half
Already
magic
pools.
still in the pool, but I'm not
Okay.
sure.
Maybe I'm thinking of the SGL custom pool then.
Yeah.
I forget. Why does the palette look so crazy in all the shopkeepers? I've never noticed that before. Must be some weird interaction with one of the settings. Okay, so Moogle Charm's cleaning up the boots checks. We already saw this from Osora earlier. Osora's gonna go back into Eastern and full clear it. So now what do you do as Moogle Charm, huh? This is Zora, maybe? I think so. He's already checked this shop, I think. Or maybe he hasn't.
No, he did. He must
Oh,
have been open.
Okay. Good memory. Remembering that there is a replenishable potion you can buy there. I can never remember that stuff when I'm playing Shop Sanity. Oh, okay, this is probably gonna be flipper checks from Moogle since he does actually have the flippers. Oh, the shopkeeper doesn't look crazy for him though, so what's the deal with that, huh?
That's weird. We're gonna get some new checks here. I think we didn't see waterfall while wishing.
He eventually went back for it after Zora.
Oh.
Oh, but Moogle is gonna get the big key though. That's on Zora Ledge. Zora had to skip that.
Oh, that's right.
We've already found the Swamp Big and the Skull Big, which are kind of the two like crappy big keys. So this is probably gonna be something useful. I guess the GT Big Key is also gonna be useless.
Yeah.
But like Mire Big,
Ice Big would
Yeah.
be something because feels like it's kind of where the seed's taking them. We'll see if that's going to be anything.
yeah. Oh no, sorry, I hit the switch twice.
Nope.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Osora tried to go back there and then he messed it up. That's right. So that was new. You're right. I guess the most important big key that we're still missing is...
Oh, there's the mirror.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so yeah.
The most important big keys are still missing are Desert and Mire. We need both of them. Between the two runners, we've seen all the other important ones, I think. Yeah, that mirror's pretty important. If Osora had flippers, that would be a great sign to go to Swamp Palace. But he doesn't have flippers yet from Skullwoods, and that's a Thieves' Town key.
Oh, good. Another pendant dungeon. Great.
Yeah. And he doesn't even have a small key yet, so the Thieves' Town big key unlocks 2 checks for him. I don't think he's going to go back there.
Having to think over what they want to do next.
Oh, his auto tracking is messed up or something. He's looking at his small key counter.
Oh.
And they're not right. Oh, okay, so he actually has a lot more keys than I thought he did. That makes more sense. I was kind of wondering where Osora got all that stuff. It's weird though, because it seems like auto tracking has been working fine for him for everything else. So I don't know. Or, oh, actually, maybe what he just did was he toggled like key drop on or something. And he had previously only had like regular key sanity turned on. I don't know. I'm just guessing. But anyway, Moogle Charm is in Mire now. Let's see how he spends his keys. Because I think what Osora did earlier was a little bit unconventional. Not sure Moogle Charm is going to make the same choice. Okay, so he spent his first key to go this way. I think that makes sense. It's like the most convenient way to get to a switch that you can hit. And then when you backtrack into the central room, you can do like the lobby chest and map chest and the pot that's on the way to map chest and all that stuff. Okay, so he's gonna go right. gonna go all the way right. So he is gonna probably either orphan or have to come back for those 2 pots that are on like the wrong side of. Oh, okay. No, he was just getting that 1 pot and coming back this way. Because there's these 2 pots like on the way to Fishbone. He could open the door here. Okay, now he's thinking. Okay, he's gonna open the door. Really hard to route all these dungeons and key drop. They're very confusing.
Nothing.
Yeah. So now the kind of like pain point in his route is going to be map chest, I think, because he can't really get back to the front of the dungeon without like death warping. But then he also still has to like go hit the switch again if he wants to get map chest. Anyway, Osora is in Turtle Rock. It's our first time seeing this since he has that mirror. He's starting with Laser Bridge. You can really start wherever you want.
Got 3 small keys, so you know there's a few pots in here you can get to.
Okay, Moogle Charm is backtracking to the front part here, so now he can finish off the right side of the dungeon. To answer the question in the chat, for anyone else who is joining us, the goal is 7 Crystal Fast Ganon. It's Pottery Lottery, so yeah, we're an hour and 17 minutes into the race, and the end is nowhere in sight. It's gonna be a long one.
Not even close. We have 1 crystal
Yeah.
between for both runners, so well, same crystal run. Another Swamp Small, and another Hyrule Small here in the back of TR. Yep, Half Magic. There we go. Half Magic said the pool. Just
Oh yeah, that's right.
it.
Good. I love Half Magic.
Yeah.
In fact, if I could have it my way, I would put Quarter Magic in this game. That's how much I love it. So Osora still only has 2 skull keys, which is especially interesting because he's spent both of them, and he needs to find another one to get the flippers that are in the collapsing floor room in Skullwoods. That's kind of the big difference right now between the 2 runners. Oh, well, there's a skull small for him, so...
That'll help.
Yeah, I don't know when he goes back for that, since he's already beaten Mothula now. And Moogle Charm's going to enter TR from the way that he can, which is the main entrance, since he has that ether that was in actually the same room I was just mentioning where the flippers are in Skull Woods. Nice key number 3. Moogle Charm just got bodied by the berry. This room is so annoying. I hate when that happens. He's not going in that door. There are pots in there. Seemed like he stopped to think for a second. I'm not sure what that was about. There's actually a lot of really annoying pots on this top floor. There's the Turtle Rock tile room, which a lot of people probably don't even know exists. You have to sit and wait through a tile room so you can go get one pot. That one is so bad that, like, I think consciously skipping it is totally valid. And the Meyer Big Key is here.
Okay, that's the beatable Meyer question mark? I'm not sure.
Yes. Yes, it is. So here's that TR tile room. This one's fun because you can just wait in the door and you will never get hurt.
All that way for 5 rupees.
Yeah. When you need every single crystal to beat the game, I think being as thorough as possible is the correct approach. If this is like a Triforce Hunt or something, I always skip that pot. It's way too slow, but you never know. There might be a small key you need in there or something. Okay, Moonbook Chime has one key left. Does he use it here? I'm not sure. Because you are going to need one key to beat the boss eventually.
I guess you do.
Yeah, he is. I think it makes sense. It gets him to a lot more pots, and like surely he'll find another TR small key by the time he actually wants to kill Trinex. I think you take what you can get, like when you're there. Just in general, I think that's how you should play pottery.
Trying to decide how far he can get now. I think he can get to the big chest, the crystal roller chest, but that's about it. But we're seeing the Death Mountain Descent Cave. Nothing in there.
Yeah, I forgot about this one. Actually, I'm not sure I knew where that was in Inverted, if I'm being honest. Okay, so Moongle's almost done with his TR dip. I feel like the stars are aligning for him to go to ice. Oh yeah, he doesn't have the Turtle Rock Big Key. Osora's had that forever. I forgot where it was. Man, Osora found it like an hour ago at least. And I don't remember where. That might be important.
We'll going over some checks here. Make sure he's not forgetting any pots. Okay, Astora's back in the Skull Woods here. They're going to be able to get those flippers now. And the ether. I would not surprised to see Astora maybe go to the swamp after this.
I think so, yeah. Yeah, that pot is really annoying because you can't lift it up from the bottom. For the pot on the opposite
lamp.
For the pot on the opposite side of the room, you would be able to lift it up on the bottom because the game is funny.
Yeah.
Okay, so Moogle Charm is going back into Mire. He came in here with 2 keys earlier. He still only has... Well, he hasn't found any more keys, so he has 0 keys. But he now has the big key, so he can get to the boss and beat it. Do everything else on the way.
Thank you. TR Big Key was on the Old Man Rescue. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yep.
And also, that's a heads-up move by Osora right there. Remembering you can mirror to get into this shop with the hammer. I didn't have anything, but that's a really tricky one.
Okay, he's gonna do the purple test. Maybe in the swamp.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
It's our first thief down small key.
Yeah, and he does have the big key, so that's stuff in a pendant dungeon to do. Sora's running his purple chest all the way to turn it in. I think it would have been better to mirror and flute to 6 though. That's what Moogle Charm did earlier. Well, he didn't mirror, but he just fluted to 6 because he was already in the dark world. So actually, yeah, I guess you just don't even go in the light world in the first place. And flute to 6. I wonder when Moogle will do Old Man. I was saying earlier that like putting it off to the flute, or sorry, not the flute, the mirror is ideal. You know, the mirror is in Eastern, and the Eastern big key is in Pod. So the chain for Moogle Charm might end up being he goes to Pod and then beats Eastern before he ever finds the TR big key. And it's not like he needs it soon, but he doesn't need it eventually.
I think the second Eastern Palace small key was in Pod too, so
yeah,
would mean a pull clear. So yeah, but we're going to Swamp. We got 4 keys. We can do a lot here at Pod or Swamp. Excuse me.
Yep, can get all the way to the boss and beat him. We can even full clear the dungeon if he does Bomb Spooky. We'll see if he wants to do that. Bomb Spooky is pretty niche and not a lot of people know it. Or even if you do know it, you might not be very practiced at it because it's pretty hard.
Yeah.
Term is going for the bow strats here against Vitreous. Wow, I can't believe we really don't have a better way to do this yet. This sword that both runners have is the one we started the game with. We still haven't found a single other sword. He's doing a pretty good job so far. He's going to need to save a couple arrows for phase 2. It looks like pretty much has like just enough arrows now to finish the rest of them off, and he'll kill the big eyeball. That is true. There are pots behind the Specky Clip door, and actually it is possible to make the seed unbeatable because of Specky Clip. I hope that doesn't happen, especially because this seed is already super long. But yeah, I guess we can't actually full clear swamp because of those two pots. It is possible, though, that we have some kind of situation where like the hammer is there, and then the hammer is locking both the other swamp smalls, and then Osora can never beat the game. But that is just one of the risks you take when you decide to do a glitch, I guess. Sora's doing a good job remembering all the pots in the back of Swamp here. I didn't notice. Did he go left at all, like to get the trench pot? I might have missed it.
Another desert swamp. Hey, look, a sorted swamp. Wow, what
Finally. He did get trench. Okay, thanks.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't see that. So, pod for Moogle Charm, he has 2 keys. So when Osora went here earlier, he only had 1 key. He used it on the front door. So Moogle Charm can go all the way to the back and do a couple more things. Yeah, presumably he finds his Eastern big and Eastern small, and then after this, he just goes to Eastern. And then he'll have the mirror. Oh, he's gonna open this door? Really? That surprises me. I think maybe he didn't want to do that.
That was a little muscle memory there.
Yeah. Yeah, understandable. I mean, you want to drop down on that left side anyway, because there's the 2 pots, right? But then it can be kind of hard to stop yourself from doing the normal follow-up, which is go open that door and go up the stairs. So, yeah, that was definitely a mistake. We still don't know what's back there anyway, so it might not really matter yet. But of course you would rather spend the key to get to the back where there's like a bunch of chests and a handful of pots, and not just one single chest, which is what he got instead. Sora's going for that Thieves Town big key that he saw earlier. He already has all the desert smalls, I'm noticing. He's probably hoping it's the desert big key. Okay, so I guess Moogle still has to do pots in arena. Yeah, in arena and then on the way to the green statue. So in the end, they actually did pretty much the same pod route. It's just Moogle Charm, open big key chest. Is this Ice Palace? Oh, it's a mirror bonk. How is that a mirror bonk? Didn't look like he was even close to a wall, but whatever. Alright, this is our first look at Ice Palace.
We got 3 out of the 6 keys for ice.
Which arm seems to be thinking about something. You had to pause for a little bit. You'd think he goes to Eastern next, but I was actually going to do Catfish.
Oh.
No one has done this yet, I think.
Well, look what was in Ice Palace, the hammer.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I guess it's not in the first couple checks in swamp. Alright, that's good to know. Alright.
I'm not really sure how you route Ice Palace in this situation. Because you kind of have to go like both ways if you want to do everything. Both the bomb jump way and the icebreaker way.
Mushroom?
I guess you probably just take this like all the way to Cold Stare, beat Cold Stare, and then just go back in the dungeon and do it again from the other direction. Seems like it'd be hard to come up with something better than that, but I might be wrong. Okay, is this also ice for Moogle then? He's running toward it instead of fluting.
Looks like it.
Alright, so the Eastern Small and Big Key and Pod did not tempt him into Eastern yet, but maybe once he finds this hammer and it becomes a lot easier to go to Eastern? Oh no, he's taking this path to get to Eastern instead. Okay, that's smart. I didn't think about that. Yeah, it's a lot faster than fluting to 3 and taking that portal, that's for sure. Here's the aptly named Many Pots room of Ice Palace for Osora. There's like nothing in here, apparently. Didn't really see how Osora routed this, but I guess he spent his second key on, or rather his third key on the door to get to Ice Tea. I'm really not sure what's best. There's also this room to the right here that needs a small key, and there's 6 pots in there. There's the ice rod. Okay, that's another crystal we could do.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's crystal 3 for Osora. 4 coming pretty soon. Feels like he's in the better position here. And he's gonna go back in, take the bomb jump route to finish the rest of the dungeon. Well, almost the rest of the dungeon. He's still gonna have to leave those 6 pots in the switch room on the bottom floor behind.
So Osora needs that minor big key and the desert big key.
Yeah, we know Meyer Big's in Roller Room, Turtle Rock, I think, or somewhere in Turtle Rock. And he has the ether now, so I mean, it would make a lot of sense for him to just do that right after killing Trinex.
Yeah. I think Desert Big is no mode.
I think so, yeah. We also can get into Hera now that we have the hammer.
Yeah.
So realistically, like, if Desert Big is in Hera, Osora is actually on a very straightforward path to the end of the seed. It looks like he was heading into Trinex next, I think. Actually, I think if you wanted to go to Trinex, you probably wouldn't go this way, but I assume that's where he's going to end up. So no mode, as in KNOW mode, is like, we know where the all the items are to beat the game, but not the runners. So if we find the Desert Big Key between one of them, then we know where everything is. But the runners aren't in go mode until they have all the items that they need to beat the game.
Yeah. Yeah, Sir Mickey says I'm going to go check out Hera here. We get all but pretty much one check in Hera right now. That's the big chest. So, makes sense. Wiggles and the thieves down here. Can't really do much in here.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised he came here. Oh, I guess he's down a swamp small that Osora found somewhere. I have no idea where that was. If he had the swamp small, then I think swamp would be a pretty clear choice here, but since he wouldn't actually be able to beat it yet, maybe not. Oh, there's a big key in Hera. It is the big key to desert. Okay, Osora is... He is... Might actually sub to this. See, that seemed like it was going to be super, super long. Yeah, it seems like going into hammerless ice is kind of the big choice in this. Osora was sooner to the hammer and ice, and he was a lot sooner to the mirror. in Eastern by virtue of going to Pod sooner than Moogle did. I think that was the real story here. I mean, he could like still forget to do front of TR after Trinex or something, but I think he's in a pretty dominating position here. Moogle Charm, he still has to, well, he's got to go to Ice his Hammer. He also has to do Old Man at some point, which is like such an awkward one-off. Okay, he is going to Ice. So he is going to be on the right path. But I don't know when he does Old Man. And honestly, I think if he already had done Old Man, he would still be behind. Wow, he has so many keys for this. He's 5 Ice keys. No idea where the Harabig key is. Maybe it's in Desert. That'd be pretty funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
On the Desert Boss or Desert Big Chests. Who knows?
It was sort of like, or Moogle's like, oh, uh-oh. We're gonna check the Hera basement though, at least.
Yeah, from his perspective, he's go -1, so... Oh, okay, he's not even gonna wait out Tile Room. I'd like it.
Yeah, I like that play, actually, yeah.
Because he's got, like, a lot of stuff to do in Desert, and he has Turtle Rock to finish off. Actually, you know what else Moogle Charm needs is a sword. I don't remember where the Master Sword was. Oh, it was in Swamp, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah. So that's on the way. Okay, seems like he's thinking. I think he's hesitating and if he wants to actually open this door. But he's totally fine to do so.
Yeah.
He's only missing 1 key. Okay, I can't imagine Nosora leaves. But maybe he does? Nope. Okay, he's going back in, so go mode is imminent for him. And this is a situation where, as Osora, I think I actually would plan on just skipping tile room. Last time he was in desert, he, I think, had 0 keys, so there's still a lot in desert that's just on the way to a crystal.
Oh. I don't think Moogle hit the switch. And I had to start over.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Well, I mean, at least from the perspective of full clearing the dungeon, he kind of had to redo a chunk of it anyway.
Yeah.
So
but
maybe it's not as bad.
Go mode for Osora right there.
Yep. It just has to go rush Vidi and Landmo, and that's it. So maybe it won't be sub 2, but it'll be not very far above 2, I guess. Still have to do a Master Sword Silverless Ganon. Oh, actually, I wonder if when Moogle was hesitating a little bit earlier, maybe he wasn't thinking about the key door, maybe he was thinking about the switch. That could explain it. Oh, sorry. Still picking up the one pot that you would normally pick up for the key that he already has. I mean, if you could find a tempered sword, that would be nice, but
yeah,
I don't think you try very hard to get that in this situation. Google has enough keys to actually do this.
Yeah.
Nice use of the green potion there to refill the magic and make this phase a lot faster. And there's the ice rod for Moogle Charm. So he is 2 items from go mode. He needs the Desert Big and the TR Big. The Desert Big just is in Hera, which he probably would go to pretty soon. And then TR Big on Old Man.
If everything's up the mountain for him, so you just go up the mountain. It's easy.
Oh yeah, Moogle might need a TR spell.
Wow.
That's right.
He did open the door to try next, so that's open. So he doesn't have to worry about that. But Yeah, it's not looking good for Google right now.
Oh, yeah.
So we're just gonna
Did he
click
do
on-
that, or did Osora open that door? I know one of them did. Osora's the one that had the mirror sooner. Google Charm. Let's see. I think he actually does need a key, but I might be getting mixed up.
Yeah. I might be messing.
Well, Osora has 5 somehow, so maybe there was just 1 or 2 in Swamp anyway that he'll find. He'll probably find them before he finds the TR big key anyway. Osora's getting kind of beat up here. These eyeballs do a ridiculous amount of damage for how non-threatening they look. Google Charms it swamp. Oh, he still needs a swamp small though. So this isn't even really gonna work out. No, there's TR small. That's good, I guess. It solves that problem, but yeah, you can't even finish swamp on this dip, so that's not good. Unless there was one in here, but I don't remember that being the case.
Sort of falling in again and gonna have to spin to win.
We know where silvers are, but it's hard item pool, so as soon as you find them, you get 20 rupees instead. We had 1 bow on Smith and 1 bow on in Pod.
Yep, there's the sword for Moogle.
I wish I could remember where the swamp smalls that Osora had are. Oh my, it was dangerously close to hugging Ganon right there, but he's okay. And so Moogle's got to leave, sadly. Got so close to the boss. I'm sure he was just hoping that there was a Swamp Small there.
Yeah.
Which is, pretty reasonable. Trying to think where... maybe it's like by Laser Bridge or something, and that's how Osora got his extra Swamp Smalls. I think Osora getting that mirror way faster is what kind of pushed him ahead in this race. And then once he found the hammer, it was just like a straight shot to the end of the seed.
Yeah, pretty much. That is a dead getting for Osora. Let's get your GGs in chat. Gonna finish this off. Come in first place. Finish with a 2:01:32.
That brings their team to 12 points. They're still sitting in 7th in the division, so they're fighting off relegation here. They might still be able to make playoffs, I'm not totally sure, but we probably need to win out at this point, and maybe some other things to happen. Team Chipotle, though, is still in 2nd place, tied for 2nd, so they're still on great pace to make playoffs.
And right after Moogle does forfeit. Just want to come in for an interview. And we are now joined by Moogle. GG's, Moogle.
GG.
Let's see if we can get Osora in here as well. Yep, and there's our winner today, Osora. GG's to you as well.
Thanks, GG to Moogle.
GG.
Yeah, so this was quite the marathon of a mystery seed. We were actually a little bit surprised that it ended as fast as it did, because it seemed like it was going to take forever.
Yeah,
I mean,
too.
It already did take forever, but thought it was going to be even longer.
Same here.
I mean, a friend from me got a 1 crystal fast cannon and we got everything. I mean, I hate this hammer and ice, right? Such a stupid hammer.
Yeah, I put off ice for very, 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 very long time.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
the
I
two
don't know.
big
I'm still missing a
differences-
lot of stuff. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I guess we can tell you where that stuff is. So, Desert Big is in Hera, so you're probably going to get that relatively soon. The big problem, TR Big Key is on Old Man.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Okay.
Oh,
so I did that
where
pretty
was it?
early.
I forgot this big key red one.
Imagine doing old man in this mode. Check W.
Yeah,
I mean, it's mirror lock, right?
Like 2 minutes in the old inverted, right? Something like that. It's like super long.
Yeah.
It's really, really slow.
Yeah, and then not totally sure about the couple of small keys you're still missing, Moogle. I think probably one Swamp Small was in like the back of
TR.
Turtle Rock. That was like one of the main differences between your routes is Osora went to pod with 1 key relatively early, then got pushed into Eastern since he could full clear it and got the mirror. But you got the flippers and ether from Skullwoods, and that one, the X room, whatever we call it. So Moogle did Turtle Rock kind of like front to back, or at least as far back as he could go, and Osora was just doing like the mirror entrances.
Yeah, the swamp spawn could have been like a back in Laser Bridge.
Yeah, that's probably what it was.
I remember.
Well, I must have been super late to that mirror then.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
were.
Okay.
Yeah, and then a bit later to the hammer as well. Well, quite a bit later, but I think the mirror kind of put you behind in the first place. And yeah, so for Osora, the path to go mode ended up being kind of straightforward, because for him it was the Meyer big key. But once you get the hammer and ice, you beat Cold Stare, then there's your Race Rod to beat Trinex. Assuming you already have TR big key, and then after you beat Trinex, you get the Meyer big from the front. So, yeah, it seemed like this was going to be like a 2.5 hour seed, but then everything kind of fell into place once Osora got the hammer.
Yeah, I wasn't going back to Eastern like ever. I don't know. No, I had no hammer and I didn't have the big key, and I cleared like the entire light world. So getting to Eastern was kind of stupid. And I didn't go back until I could full clear it. So.
I mean, mids and inverted, only the light world axes are really slow too. If you go to east light world.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know. Pot Shuffle, old man is like crazy, I think. But it's okay, GG's, dude.
Thanks.
Yeah, I was curious how much experience you guys had with Pottery Lottery, because especially without entrance rando, it's pretty tricky, right? Because you have to remember all these silly caves are that have pots, and it seemed like both of you were pretty on top of checking all those random places with like a couple pots here and there that you normally don't go to.
I have for this vote an entrando preset, so I know the caves and entrances where pots are.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
I was prepared for all the dungeons, but the overworld stuff I was like a little iffy on. So, like, I have like I don't know, there was that list I think that Clear Mouse had put out from Koi maybe, that I was like studying yesterday, and then there were a couple that I noticed that I missed, and then with the flute I ended up getting them, and then my lamp was there, and I was like, I don't know, I started to get pretty tilted after that because I could have had that pretty early, and I totally missed that cave, and then the dark shopping mall one, and like there were a couple of those that I just didn't know about until yesterday, and that completely skipped my mind. But for the most part, I felt like I was like ready for it, but I was kind of hoping for just dungeons and not the overworld. And then it was inverted. I was like, oh man, I didn't prepare for this at all.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, and with that starting flute in your bits, like as soon as you get light world access, you have like literally hundreds of things you could do, so it's hard to feel good about anything when you're definitely leaving something behind somewhere, right? That was available early on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's
GG's.
race 1 between your teams, right? You still have game 2?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that'll happen this weekend.
Monday? Yes,
Not
Monday,
sure when
but
yet.
only the time is missing, so Boo and Lilin are probably race Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah, so that should be another good one. Hopefully it doesn't take quite as long as this one did. I guess across league we've had a streak of some pretty incredibly long mystery seeds, so hopefully we can see a couple more like reasonably paced ones. Looks like we have quite a few races today. At 6 p.m. Eastern, we have 3 of them.
Yeah, 6. We got Gilgamesh versus Sean on SpeedGaming 2. Then SpeedGaming 3. We got Garrison versus Petlovian. Then also at 6 we got I'm not sure. There's 4 people, but it's. I'm not sure why there's 4 people on it. But yeah, all on SpeedGaming, SpeedGaming 2, SpeedGaming 3 at 6 p.m. Later today, there's one going on right now on SpeedGaming 3. It's Hayfield versus Tenno. So that's going on right now. So, yep. That's pretty much our schedule for today. So, we'll see how that's going to go. It was, yay, mystery. It's fun.
Yeah, thanks for getting the restream growing earlier and doing comms and tracking and all that stuff. I'm sure in this mode it's even more confusing to talk about and to track. So thanks for putting it together.
You did the tracking for us, so that's
oh, that was another thing that tilted me. I like, I should change the setting in the tracker, and then it completely wiped out all my keys. I was
that's right.
Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't understand why that happened. I figured that auto tracker would just take care of it, and it didn't. And
yeah,
so I had to pause and try and remember everything.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
Well, I guess more quality of life things for Muffins to think about.
Yeah. Just wait for Tracker 2.0.
Yep. All right. Well, GG's. I'll catch you guys later.
Yep.
Yeah,
Thanks,
GG's.
everybody.
Have a nice night.
Hey, that's gonna do it for us. So, thanks for everyone for watching. We'll see y'all later.